What's up, everybody? This is Zach B, and welcome back to episode 5 of the Zoo series here on Blowout Gaming. That's right, guys. I cannot believe it's already been 5 episodes, but here we are. As you can see, guys, we are collecting up eggs because today is Reptile Day, and you know what that means. Titanoboas, and that's going to take fertilized eggs. So let's get going over to the swamp area and see if we can't tame up some reptiles. Very, very excited. 5 total dinos today, guys, but I'm only going to show you 4. One of them is going to be a surprise, and then we're, of course, going to be doing our breeding and our building. Lots to get into. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get to the swamp. I can't believe it. Look at this, guys. I know you see what I'm doing here, and I'm definitely going to tame this thing up. I don't care how long it takes. This is, I think, the same exact Mesopithecus that I was chasing after last time. And it's still a little bit temperamental, and it definitely wants to run off. But so far, I've been able to feed it. Oh, there's 3. A couple more, and this one should be ours. Now we just have to find another one. Sweet. Not a reptile, but I'm doing it. Boom! Look at that, guys. Our first Mesopithecus. I'm so excited. I didn't think I was going to get this excited. But I was driving by on the Thylacoleo, and all of a sudden I heard the hoo-hoo, ha-ha. And I knew it was a Mesopithecus. Ripe for the taking. Look at this bad boy. Oh my gosh, look at him. He cannot use a Pokeball to save his life. That is some nonsense right there. Okay. Now, the next dino that's on the list, as you can guess, guys, we are doing reptiles, and right up here we have 2 Carbinimes. It looks like we actually have a few of them in this area, so hopefully we can find a male and a female. Let's go ahead and see what level and what gender this one here is. Female, level 30. I think that one's going to work. What about you over here? Please be a male. Female, level 24. Okay, so 2 females means that we are going to have to be on the lookout for a male. But you know what? Let's go ahead and get this one tamed up. Perfect. Why does he put his arm like that? Like he's doing a superhero punch. What's that about? Do you see that? Why is his left arm like that? Do you really have to hold your arm like that? Hey now. Turtle jackpot. What gender are you? Excuse me, sir. I need to borrow you. Headshot. Missed. Headshot. Boom. Knocked out right away. Now, if you guys don't know where the swamp is, typically you can find swamps over by the redwoods. And as you can see, we really are just looking for these kind of short mangrove trees. That's typically a good sign that we are in swampland. So let's go ahead and see if we can find ourselves some snakes. You do have to be careful, though. Trudons, baryonyx, all this is going to mess us up. You see what I see? I do not see any snakes right now, but I do see a Dimetrodon. Let's go ahead and get this Dimetrodon knocked out, guys. I think this is going to be a great addition to our reptile enclosure for today's episode. Yeah, I see it there just kind of chilling in the sideline. But, oh, Microraptor. Oh, shoot. Go to sleep. Perfect. All right, guys. What is this, a male? Sweet. All right, so we need to be on the lookout for a female. Oh, my gosh. Right here, guys. Did you see that? I just spotted this one. I hope this is the opposite gender. I genuinely do not know. It is a female, guys. We're getting it done. Here we go. I make this look so easy, I swear. All these creatures are just chilling in the same place, and that was kind of what I had in mind. So this is perfect. There's the female to our male. Let's finish getting these tamed up. All right. So we got our lizards out of the way, but we are still looking for our snakes. Now, we should be able to find them over here, and I'm going to go to a little bit different swamp area on the other side of the redwoods because that particular area just didn't really seem to have what we were looking for. But that's okay. I know we'll find some of these snakes. So no worries. Let's just get over here to the swamp and see what we can find. My game just crashed. Okay. Let's get back on before anything kills me. It's been a while since I tamed these snakes, but honestly, they are really a pain. You actually have to get them to de-aggro from you and then drop fertilized eggs. Obviously, if you have a Rex or something like that, that would have been a lot easier, but we didn't end up doing that. We just came over here on the Thyla, and it doesn't really want to leave us alone. But if you get lucky, you might end up getting a couple of them in a group, and if you're able to throw down some eggs from above, then you might just get lucky like this. And honestly, It really took a while, but you know what? I'm pretty pumped up. Now, obviously, we cannot breed the snakes, but that's okay. Any zoo and reptile enclosure would not be complete without some snakes, so I figured we would make an exception. For right now, let's go ahead back up to base and get started with the breeding. I have a bunch of dinos to get working on. I'll see you in a sec. Man, what can I say, guys? We are cleaning up right now on the mutations for the turtle. This is only one refrigerator out of like the 4 that I have, so we're definitely going to get plenty of mutations. Honestly, the hardest ones are pretty much every other dino that I'm breeding. I'm not really worried about the turtles. These things are easy as it gets. Everything else is a pain in my butt. I really thought that these were going to be like easy breeding today, and it's not at all. Now, the carbonemy is super easy, but the monkeys gestate, and the Dimetrodons, they lay eggs right under their bellies. And because they're portable air conditioners, they hatch automatically, which means that you cannot see them. Honestly, I had to get like weirdly creative, and I actually had to leave a dead carcass under the stairs so that the babies would run away from the moms. And I know this sounds totally sick, but it was effective. And you know what? I think that we're going to be okay. I think that this is going to work. So I have to collect up a bunch more mutations on these. The turtles are coming along nicely. I've got a surprise downstairs, and these are keeping me busy. Let me get back to it. I'll see you when we're ready to show you some stacked dinos. Now, the goal today, guys, for this enclosure is something reptile-themed. I'm tired of all the plain buildings. I'm happy with how everything's been turning out so far, but I thought we could get even more creative for this enclosure. So I'm actually going to be going for a turtle shape, and honestly, there are a lot of challenges here. We're building in the water, we're building on uneven terrain, and this is an awkward shape as well. So we have a bunch of factors working against us. I think it's turning out pretty good so far. But let me get this wrapped up. I think this is going to take a little bit more time than I thought, especially figuring out this shell. All right, guys, so we just finished putting the dinos in their pens, and I cannot wait to show you what we ended up with. I think they turned out good, but it got kind of a little crazy today. So, as you know, guys, I have our small creatures in here, and right at the end of the taming, we did end up with a Mesopithecus. So I went out and I found another Mesopithecus, and I turned them into these. And look how cool these things turned out, guys. I was absolutely thrilled, and I think this is a perfect place for them. So a couple monkeys for the zoo to make up for last episode. Now, obviously, guys, today's episode was all about our reptiles. And as you can see, this here is our reptile pen. Now, don't be too harsh on me, guys. I was basically going for an origami-style turtle, and hopefully you guys can see that. I know that's kind of funky, but I was thinking of something that could use basically squares and triangles because that's what we have to build with an Ark. So as you can see, we have the head, the arms, the shell, and the feet, and I actually am really happy with how it turned out. All things considered, I hope you guys like it too. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But this here is going to be our reptile pen. So, first of all, guys, as you can see, we have a packed house. We have the surprise Beelzebub mutations, guys. That's right. I know it's an amphibian, but what could I say? I thought it would be perfect in this enclosure. Our Dimorphodons turned out amazing. I was so happy with how these turned out. Obviously, you can see we repeated the fin, but you know what? It's really nice and bright, and I really like that anyway. So, back here in the corners, we actually have a couple of fully stacked carbonemy. As you saw a little earlier, we were going nuts with the carbonemy mutations, and we got a ton of really good ones. And honestly, when you mix them together on the back shell there, it looks super cool. And then up top, last but not least, we have our Titanoboa exhibit. Now, obviously, guys, the snakes we could not breed up, but you know what? They're still pretty colorful, and like I said earlier, a reptile exhibit would not be complete without our snakes. So, obviously, guys, we are missing one dino, the Diplocaulus. I told you earlier we were planning on doing that. Now, we did end up taming them, but one thing I did not realize, because honestly, I've never bred them before, was that they have to be bred in water. Now, as you can see, they are floating here in the water, which is basically what you need. If it's too shallow, they'll just sit on the ground, and then it doesn't count. So, I'm actually going to start breeding these now, and I'll show you what these look like in the next episode. You'll have a little bit of something to look forward to. But that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out with me here at the Blowout Zoo. Make sure to hit that like button and, of course, smash the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.